Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to a surprise extra game of Mercado de Lisboa, and the surprise is that I made a small rules error in our first attempt at the Marquis de Lisboa, or perhaps another way to put it is that I cheated hugely, and I just played 9 stands. Somehow I did not notice that I had played 9 stands, despite the fact that I did score all 9 of them during scoring, but I just forgot to put a house on one of them during the game, and apparently that's all it takes. So that's embarrassing, and thank you very much to a viewer, hold on, I wrote your name down, a Ramazan, for pointing this out. Yeah, that's just totally not a valid score. So let's do this again, but this time by the actual game rules, and secure ourselves a valid score. Shall we? So for a refresher, we're going to put a 1 customer tile at the top of the 1st, 3rd, and 5th columns. We are only allowed to place stands in those columns, and only stands of the types depicted on the customer cards. Got to get to 75, 90, or 110 coins. And I sure hope we can still get to 110. I will say that I took a look at the strategy that I used in the last game, and I have some thoughts about it. I have some thoughts about where we maybe went wrong. The building a 4-stand column is intuitive to me because it's like, man, look at all the multiplier. But it meant we played a lot of 1s and 2s along the sides, and I'm wondering if it might be better to play basically a 3x3 grid of stands, but with one of them missing, of course, because we are definitely only going to play 8 stands this game. And that means we get to play fewer customer tiles overall, because there will be 2 rows we don't play in. But we'll get to play a lot more 3 customer tiles and take better advantage. We will score fewer times, but each of our customer tiles will be so much more valuable because we are hopefully multiplying fully buffed stands by 3. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's a better strategy or not, but I do think that it is what we are going to try here. And we shall see. It feels really bad to play a lot of 1 customer tiles, Pretty much always. Okay, so, grapes in all columns, no tomato stands at all, ever. And of course, first thing out of the bag is a tomato stand, because they hurt us. Okay, and tomato stand's the only thing that we have more than 1 of. Cool, great, excellent. So, this actually makes it kind of hard to know what we want to do. I mean, obviously, I would love to have 3 columns where there's only 1 type of good in each column. Is that right? Is that the best thing? If we have it be there's a row of grapes across the bottom, and then it's 2 fish and 2 meat and 2 plant up here, then we can score 2 3 grape cards across here, and then we can do, grape plus plant, grape plus... Yeah, actually, that's really interesting. It'll maybe be a little tricky to actually arrange that, given that we can't, we don't have all the grape cards up right now, but, honestly, I think it's worth trying. Obviously, we gotta draw a whole lot more grape cards than we have. But yeah, I don't hate it. Although maybe it's not actually grape cards across the bottom, because we probably want to play something else on the bottom to get the wine restaurants, so maybe it's grapes across the top. Right, we don't want it to be grapes across the middle because we want the other stand types to be able to share their restaurants. Although I guess if we do just columns of things, then each column can be stand, restaurant, stand, restaurant, stand, and then the pub just goes in between somewhere. That's probably more overall points, because otherwise, we're talking about that row of grape stands having a 2-point stand, and a 3-point stand, and a 2-point stand, and then 2 and 3, 2 and 3 for the other stand types. Actually, no, that's fine. That's, in fact, I might go so far as to say that's totally good. Yeah, alright, let's try a plan like that, provided that we actually draw the restaurants for it. So we'll do grapes across the top then. I'm just going to go ahead and play this grape stand in the top right corner. We're going to grab a thing and start moving here. Although, actually, the first restaurant we grab we want to be of a type we're not going to use, right? So that we can use it to bounce stuff around. So maybe actually what I'm going to do is play a plant stand here to pick this up. Is that right? Is that smart? Ooh, here's a problem with this plan. Hold on. Sorry, I know I'm sitting in the planning phase for a long time before actually doing anything. We're not going to be able to get full multipliers on 4 different stand types, because the way I'm talking about building this, we don't actually... Like, these 4 of the restaurants are on spaces that don't matter and never get built on. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, you know what we could do is just have it be like grapes across the top and then build the other stands here and here. And that way, all of the current restaurant positions are actually places that we build stands on or places that we will have meaningful restaurants on. That's better, and it doesn't break things so much. But it does mean that we basically just want to play in one of the top corners. Alright, I'm gonna play grape stand in this top corner then. It costs us 1 to put down, but we also get 1 when we put it down thanks to the customer. And we take... I mean, we intend to use all of this stuff. Maybe I take the tomato in the hopes of... Because if we take the tomato out, then the market always has either 3 useful things or a 3rd tomato, which means we flush our hand. I think this gives us the greatest flexibility, and then we just got to make sure that we're always taking a thing that we mean to play from now on. Yeah, that seems fine. So, let's figure this out. So if we're planning to be, in this column, grape restaurant, or grape stand, meat stand, meat stand. This really ought to go in the middle here for maximum value. So we'll open a restaurant there. And then the tomato stand is not useful. The tomato stand is a total throwaway. So we can put the tomato stand here to get a plant stand that we actually care about. We can put that plant stand here. Sorry, that's 2 restaurants. Got to keep track of my coins. And then we can put this plant stand here. Or this tea restaurant. And now when we put down our plant stand, we're getting full value for it immediately. Hey, look at that. So, that costs us 1, but gains us 3. And then we take the meat, I guess. Does it matter? Matters a little, but yeah, I think taking the meat is fine. Okay, there's our hand flush. And we're going to remember to put markers on all of our stands here. So, let's go pizza restaurant here. Open that up. Then open up the burger restaurant here. And then place our burger restaurant right there, which costs us 1 and gains us 3. We take the tomato stand. Interesting. Alright, so at the beginning of the turn, we get to flush our hand. This whole thing breaks down a little bit if we don't get some damn grapes. So I'm real happy to see that, that grape stand right there. Okay. So we're going to put this fish stand here, right? Or this fish restaurant, this sushi restaurant. And then this... I kind of screwed up, didn't I? Shoot, I did. This should have been one of the pizza restaurants. Yep. Okay, well, too late now, but that is going to damage our score a little bit. Alright, let's put this here. Gain a coin. Play you in the top left corner, which costs me 2, but also gains me 2. And it takes one of these. We're going to remember to play our little houses. And then the question is, do we bounce this row of fish stands, even though we do want a second fish stand, in order to make sure we find the third grape stand? I think so. This is entirely too many fish. Okay, wow. Good job, me. I'm really doing it. We take plant. So now we're gonna end up having a restaurant that just doesn't do anything, right? Also, yeah, like this needed to be the pub, and that needed to be the... Shoot, I really screwed this up. And it's not really salvageable, right? Because this needs to be a stand, this needs to be wine restaurant. I mean, I guess I can just have the wine restaurant not be a thing and put the pub here. That's definitely losing value, though. Oof. Oof. Also, I didn't really leave myself a way to pick up this fish restaurant, which is a problem. Alright. I guess I'm actually going to put the pub here. Gain a point for opening a pub. Yeah, and then we're going to open up this sushi restaurant here, and it's just going to do nothing effectively. And then we're going to open up this wine restaurant here. Oh, hey. Well, that's lovely. So... this is a spot where we can still open a thing at 2 costs, so we should probably do that. Right, does that make more sense than opening fish? Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so... that's going to cost us 2, but also gain us 2, so no change in dollars. Stand goes over it. Let's make sure these are shuffled. Okay. So, from what's here, we don't mind taking a fish. 3 stands. You know, I've been trying to maximize the value we were going to get for playing that last wine restaurant, and the end result is that we're just not going to get to play that wine restaurant. Alright, let's play some fish. So, we can put this here. It costs us 2 to put down, but it gains us 3 when we do so. And then we don't actually need any of these things. Take the plant, I guess? Okay, beautiful. So yeah, our last plays are plant and grape. And that is at least the shape that we intended to build. And at this point, all plays cost 3. There's no way around it. So that's going to cost us 3, gain us 2. Take this. That is going to cost us 3, but gain us 3. And then, I don't know, we grab something because we have to, but the game is, at least playing time, is over. Yeah. 2 columns, 2 rows. Did I really? Hold on. I did. I totally... Boy, this was not well played. This was the space that was supposed to be full. That was a space that was supposed to be empty. Cause like pub, you know? Sigh. Alright, well let's see if it was bad enough. You can tell that I'm a little rusty. Let's see if it was bad enough, though. So, first of all, this is an awkward selection of tiles here. I guess let's do this 3 customer fish plant. So this is a 3 value stand and a 2 value stand. Times 3 is 15 to take us to 31. Then meat grape 3 goes here. So we get a 3 and a 2 and a 3 for a total of 8 times 3 is 24. 55. Then 3 customer grape tomato definitely goes across here, which is a 2 and a 3 and a 2 for 7 times 3 is 21, taking us to 76. The 3 customer grape fish tile isn't actually playable in a meaningful way down here, so we just play it there for another 21 points. Taking us to 97. Then what we would like to see is grape plant. And we don't get it, but we do have this at least. So that gets us a 2 and a 3 for 5 is 15. Taking us to 112, which is already good enough, and we're not even done yet. There's that, which gets us a 2 and a 3 and a 2 for another 21 points. Did I do this right? This feels like a lot. And that's all the 3s that we get. We still get some 2s, though. Unfortunately, we have not drawn exactly the tiles we'd like to see. We can place this here and get 6 off of it. And then, yeah, I was really hoping to see meat plant. Fish grape is also not up. Well, let's play across here, then. I would much rather play a 2 that has a grape on it, or a 2 that has a plant on it, but yeah, I guess we'll do this, and we'll take 4. Hey, we got there. Grape fish is exactly what we're looking for. So that's a 3 and a 2 times 2 is 10. And I think that's a final score. Boy, I'm going to go back and check the math on that, because that feels like I might have carried a 10 or something incorrectly. But I think this is actually a legal situation. Right, like getting to play 6 3 customer cards is huge. And they're not even, like I said, they're not even properly multiplied, but even so, yeah, because this row should be where the 3s are, and I goofed this all up. But yeah, they're not even properly multiplied, and still, that's very, very strong. Okay, well, provided that I didn't somehow screw that up, that score seems way too high. Listen, if you're hearing this, it means I don't think I screwed up, because if I watch this back and there are mistakes in it, I'm just not going to upload it, and I'll try again. So that's going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. If you're hearing this, then I guess we still got 25 fame, and that's still pretty good, but also, I'm still pretty embarrassed about having had to do this again. When you come back next time tomorrow, we'll be doing some kind of new thing. And we'll see you then.